Hello, all of you. Thank you for tuning in with me on today. I'm super happy about being on, but I want to talk about a conversation that needs to be dealt with, and I hope this live reach as many people possible. Um, I really believe that it is necessary to have the conversation. Hey, Stony. Hey, Tina. Those of you, if you're coming in, just say hello as you're coming in. Say hello as you're coming in. Hey, um, hello, all of you. I just want to say hello to all of you. Those of you on YouTube, those of you are on Twitter. Uh, uh, I'm happy that um, that we can have this conversation today. So I just want to talk. I'm gonna deal with this in parts. And first, I want to talk about the absent father. Most people call deadbeat dad. Um, I just finished doing a therapy session with our family therapist, and a lot of conversation had came up, and then it also geared to a conversation around our personal life. But I have to say this because I got a few notes. Hey, Tawana, can you tag and share for me? I have a few notes that I want to deal with. And I don't know, single moms, don't know where you are, but would love for you guys to jump on. Single fathers, those fathers who are present in their child's life, would love for you to be on. Hey, BB. I want to be able to talk to a few of you on today because this is so serious. This is so real. And I just want to talk about it. I just really want to talk about it. And so I mean, let's start here. Let's start here. I really think it's a problem when a father is absent. I believe it's so imperative that a father should be present in his or her child's life. It's very important, very evident. I'm seeing and even experiencing it myself. Now that I'm no longer married and there's no male figure in my home, I'm seeing how a male presence affects a child. Even with me, I didn't start having daddy issues until I got in my probably late 20s. I started having daddy issues and was trying to figure out why this was happening. And so I was having these daddy issues, and then it spiraled over into my marriage, and I was just like, okay, something's not right here. Something's got to give. And I had to really dig deep down. Let me say this. It's not the child's fault that you chose not to be present. Okay, let's start there. It's not the child's fault. You the one had sex with the woman. The woman had sex with you. Y'all lay down together. Y'all have a child together. You guys have this child coming into the world in 9 months. My hat goes off to those men who are present, present, present in his or her child's life. My hat goes off to you. It's a full-time job. And I'm being very cool about it because I really want to go like real gangster with it. I really want to go left with it. But I'm trying to remain cool and calm about it because I think it's imperative that you guys listen and hear what I'm saying. I believe that you as a father, I'm dealing with the fathers, I'm dealing with you absent fathers. I believe that it's very important that you shouldn't have no excuse not to be in your child's life. Let me just go here. Let me walk here. Let me walk down your road. It's no excuse for you not to be in your daughter's life, your son's life. It's no excuse. And this is why I say it's no excuse, because I'm going to deal with it on both ends. It's no excuse if you have a mother who's willing to work with you who's willing to co-parent with you when you are in when that mother is like, hey, I just want you to have a relationship with your child. Call them, text them, talk to them, show up. And some of you men just not showing up. Y'all got everything, but y'all got everything to do. Let me just stay here. Y'all got everything under the sun to do besides take care of your responsibility. And it's a shame. It is a shame. No excuse. We didn't ask to be here. These kids didn't ask to be here. But y'all made sure y'all was bumping and grinding. So you know if you come in that woman, you know you're bound to have a child. Because she's the person that holds the womb. She's the one that holds the sack. It's no excuse whatsoever. Can't nobody tell me it's, oh, there's an excuse. No, it's not an excuse if you have a good mother who's willing to work with the father. My thing is, if you're going to be present, make sure you show up and be there. Don't be there part-time, be there all the time. Check in on your child. See how school is going. See, is your welfare okay? Is your mental state okay? How are you feeling? Ask about those emotions. Those emotions need to be dealt with. Some of you get upset when somebody talks to you and challenge you about your parenting. Let me just go here. Let me say this because y'all know I'm very transparent. I had a conversation with my daughter's father maybe about a couple months ago, and Jayla was going through a really rough time. You know, the fact that my ex-husband and I are no longer together, she was going through a very hard time. So, you know, her biggest thing to me was, Mom, I need a dad. I need a father. Is there a possibility, Mama, that I can talk to my dad? And I'm gonna try my best not to get emotional. But I said to her, sure, I have no problem with that. What did I do? I text her father and I said, hey, are you available? Jayla needs you. Now that the man that I was with is no longer in the picture, this is your opportunity to step up and to show up and be a father. She needs you. Okay, we at school. She going through stuff at school a couple months ago. She just going through, and I'm doing everything that I can as a mother. Going to counseling, going to therapy. We just got out of therapy today. All kinds of stuff. And he was like, okay, I'll talk to her. He got on the phone with her. He said a few words, maybe a 2-3 minute conversation. After that, I looked over at Jayla in the car. Jayla looked at me and she was like, that's all I really needed, Mama. And I looked at her, and you know me being me, I was like, girl, don't be taking me all through this stuff. I've been raising you for 10 years. 10 years, 10 whole years by myself. This is the thing, and I can't say that I did it all on my own, because I give shout outs to my mother. I give shout out to my Aunt Felicia, her godmother, Princess, Katifa, Sid. My grandparents, Diane and Frederick Parker, they were very present in Jayla's life. It didn't, no matter what was going on, they was present. Hey, we want to get Jayla. Hey, they were present. And it takes a lot to raise a child. It really does. And so some of you on here may know what I'm dealing with, or may know what I'm going through, or may have been through it. But it's no excuse for a man to get away from his responsibility and nobody is there to hold him accountable. Everybody say the men need to come together. The men need to come together. The men need to come together. But you got other men, you got grown men, 50s, 60s, in their 70s, and don't have no relationship with their kids. I was sitting up here reading a conversation and reading it, how this young man was like, he said, I hate my father. He said, I hate him. He said, all he got to do is pick up the phone. All he got to do is just say, hey, son, how's your day going? He said, I wish my father would do that. But his father said, you not my responsibility. You your mama responsibility, because you Because your mama want to raise you. Your mama don't want me to have no part in raising you. And so the mama was on the other end. She was just like, how do I have no part of raising? You have no part of raising. No, it's a joint thing. And that's the problem. People be trying to holler about relationships. Oh, you want me. Oh, you want me back. No, I want you to have a relationship with your child. I do not want your raggedy behind. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Why do we got to go through all these different things? You know, I saw a conversation yesterday that was sent to me, and my heart broke because this father wants a relationship with his son, and his mom and the mama saying, "Well, just answer my calls." Just the mama is saying, "Answer my calls." This is the mother. The mother is saying, answer my calls. The mother even sent a text message saying, well, if you had sex with me, I'll take you off child support. What the devil? And you know what the father said? He said, I will pay as much as I need to before I go back down that pathway again. But then you withhold the child from seeing the father. That's dumb. This man can never say that I have withheld Jayla from him. Never. I've always been the one to reach out to the other family. I've always been the one who said, hey, we in town. I got time to come see y'all. You know, Jayla want to see y'all. You know, because I asked Jayla, you want to go down there and go see your grandma? She'll say, yes, ma'am, but I don't want to stay long. Okay, we'll go down there together. You ain't got to stay long. At least see him. I'm not one of them mothers that say, well, no, you can't go see her. No, I want my daughter to know her family, her other side. But the problem that we have is that why can't the father on the other side make sure that child is present? I'm up here talking about it because it has to stop. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to pray about it because this is ridiculous that this keeps happening because kids are not having their fathers in their lives, all because the fathers chose to not have responsibility. And then today, I found out something totally different, where if that person is on disability, they cut your child support. You don't get no child support. And I have never received child support for Jayla for 10 years. Never. And have not never called and begged or say this and that. Nothing. When she was 1 year old and my godmother was keeping Jayla. And she was charging me, I think, $100 a week to keep Jayla. I think it was $100 a week. I can't remember exactly, but she was charging me $100 a week. And I think it was $100 a week or $200 a month. I can't remember. But I asked him, I said, hey, can you at least help with childcare? Man, I ain't got no money. But you on all these different social media apps spreading thousands of dollars on your app, but you file for disability and you get it 100% for the rest of your life. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Oh, yes, I'm dealing with it. And yes, I'm going to call it out because you lying. And don't you know when you lie? Don't you know when you cheat? Don't you know when you steal? Don't you know when you try to cut corners, you're going to get cut short later in your life at some point? It's crazy where mothers have to defend and have to keep a certain posture for their daughter or for their son and say that's still your father. And so while we in therapy, the therapist was telling us, you know, he told us, this is what the therapist said. He told us this very thing. He said, you want to make sure you bring this into real reality for her. You don't want to lie to her. Let her see for herself. Don't badmouth the other parent. This is what the therapist is telling me. The child psychologist, what the child psychologist is telling me, do not badmouth the other parent to the child. Let the child form their own opinion and let them form their own relationship with the child, with the father. Like, okay, I blocked him because he was talking crazy on her birthday. I sure did. Because for one, you're not going to be talking reckless on my child's birthday. You're not going to ruin her birthday because you want to talk crazy and talk about something that happened 11 years ago. That's dumb. And I ain't the one. It's crazy how you're not present. And let me talk to you women. If you get pregnant, you got to think about the major investment down the road. Because guess what's going to happen? If you're not wise in your decision with who you lay with, if you're not wise in your decision with who you lay with, you're going to be dealing with what I'm dealing with. A father who's absent. He gets away without no accountability. He gets away with no responsibility. And Christmas they ain't gonna always do it. Birthdays ain't gonna always do it. Be present. Call. Yes, we in different states. That's not an excuse. We got buses, trains, cars. They're gonna bicycles, but I know nobody ain't gonna ride no bike to know. But some people do whatever they gotta do to see their kid. I got a cousin. He was fighting to see his kid. And now every time I see him on Facebook, he's able to have all his kids together at one time. It wasn't always easy for him. But he do the best he can to care for his kids. Now let me deal with this other situation here. How you women can sleep with a man who don't take care of his kids. Don't take care of them and don't spend no time with them. While I was in my relationship with her father, I was trying to link stuff up with his other children's mothers and say, hey, we're having a birthday party. Hey, this weekend, let them come to Raleigh and let us all hang out together. This baby mama said, y'all ain't no big happy family. You're not going to have my kids over there with you trying to be a big happy family. Like you're their mother. You're not their mother. I was like, whoa, I'm trying to make sure he sees his kids. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to make sure he sees his kids and spend time with them. I was saying, spend time with them. Why you don't go get them? Man, I ain't got time to deal with that. But you lay with her, though. And to this day, when I do see him, you're trying to have a conversation with me and trying to find out about my life. Ain't nothing to talk about, bruh. Ain't nothing to talk about. All you need to be discussing is Jayla. She's here. Talk to her. I'm over there having a conversation with his mother. But I found myself to where I go over and beyond just to make sure Jayla, hear me, Jayla make sure she spends time with them. Then, let's deal with this. Because we already out here. Yes, in 2017, I did write you a letter. Let's deal with this. I did write you a letter, and I wrote the letter, and I said to you, Jayla doesn't want her name, let her last name your name. You never signed her birth certificate. You never signed it, and said you wasn't going to sign it because she wasn't your child. But Dana proved that you're 99.9% her father. But you still, even though you knew that she was your child, you still refused to take care of your child. You have so many men out here who are in denial and choose to lack the responsibility of being a father. And then you get labeled as deadbeat. You want the mother to you want the mother to do everything, but you don't do nothing. And that's why I said on my topic, men get away. Get away. And then, when the baby mom at that time was going back and forth with me. Oh, you posting pictures on social media with my baby pregnant with his baby. We both got the same baby daddy. What is wrong with you? What's you crazy? And that's what I said. You are crazy. The way he wasn't all like that, trying to be no family man with me. Well, let's deal with this. We can be with the same person, but we didn't get the same person. And we were with the same person, but he went to church. He did all those things with me just so that we could try to build something. And that was in 2010. It's 2021. When he made a decision and choice to show up late for the christening, had my car with another chick. So you're talking about a whole situation that ain't got nothing to do. Where you at? And I'm sitting up here telling the baby mother, like, you arguing with me. I'm a mother who's present. I'm present. I'm present. I'm here. I'm not one of these women that's out here saying, oh, no, I ain't trying to have no conversation with you. No. And that's tiresome. Because why is it that another woman is trying to have a whole nother conversation with this woman about the father that he ain't take care of none of our kids? What are you talking about? And what the dude do? He sit back, he chill, he looking. I was pissed off today. Livid. When that caseworker called me today and told me, well, Miss Watt, she said, Miss Hooks, I do apologize. She said, but we are no longer collecting child support payment. The payments that he does have in arrears, we are going to credit them back to the state. He's not going to owe any child support. Why? Oh, because he's filed for disability and he's getting disability now. He gets SSI. Ain't nothing wrong with him. He on Snapchat. He's showing bands, thousands of dollars. You just went and bought your Benz. So what you talking about? So the lady was like, ma'am, I do apologize, but I'm sorry. We don't get into that. It's federal money. So you mean to tell me the federal law keeps these jokers when they file disability from paying child support? And mind you, my minimum payment was $50 a month. $50. It's been $50 since Jayla was born. Even while he was in prison, they closed the case and they told me if he was working in prison, I'd probably get a couple cents. I said, well, I'm going to keep it open. That's exactly what I said. I never called and asked him for a dime. Hear me. And that's why I said in my text here, no accountability, no responsibility. The state, the government don't even hold some of these men accountable when they go file SSI. Now, I know in the state of North Carolina, if you got a job in the state of North Carolina, not state of North Carolina, state of Texas, baby, if you owe child support, you can't even renew your inspection on your car. But guess what? There's always a loophole. They'll get somebody to get their car in their name, get it in somebody else's name. So they're always finding loopholes to where they're not held accountable. And it's sad. Pop Keith Curry did a live last night on Family Matters. And it was so good. Jayla and I, we were sitting here and we was watching it. And it was really, really good. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. And the reason why so many houses you have more Afro females is because no men are stepping up at all. You said your father's daughter. I can't even see your comment. What you say? My father's daughter has given me $185 in the last 11 years. That's crazy. And this is the thing. People be saying, oh, it's about the money. Yes, it's about the money. Because guess what? I'm the sole custodian parent that's taking care of her. And right now, I've been putting money to the side for Jayla in her savings because I know she's going to go to college. I know one day she's going to need that money. She needs a savings. My mother has a savings for Jayla. My grandparents have a savings for Jayla because they want to make sure Jayla is good. Anything that her godmother does for her, she makes sure Jayla's good. Both of her godparents make sure Jayla is good. So this is the thing. I ain't begging for no money. What I'm talking about is you not being held accountable and not being responsible for your seed that came in the earth. That's what I'm talking about. And then it don't help. You mothers who birthed these men enable them. And then some of y'all say, oh, I do hold my son accountable. No, you don't. Because guess what? The only time a father, an absent father, sees his child is if the grandmother is involved, the mother's father is involved, and she is the one that come get the child. I sure did. I told him to give up his rights. You're not present. You're not here. I'm not trying to take you to court. I'm not trying to take a right of a father because you birthed something. That's crazy to me. And this is what Jayla said. She said, Mama, it's sad. I didn't say nothing around my daughter. I ain't spoke nothing around my daughter. My daughter, she was like, Mama, even with me having my cell phone, I could count how many times he's texted her. I could count how many times he called her. It's insane. Literally. And you don't have no men who are present. I hope y'all still here. It's sad. It's sad. It really is sad. And then people get upset. Men, y'all get upset. Y'all be ready to call. This man had inboxed me, had sent a text message to me on her birthday and try to cuss me out. How you gonna try to make it seem like I wasn't present? You wasn't. That's truth. And anybody that know me know I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna give you truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and that's just that. But it doesn't make no sense how these men are absent, like the way they are. Another thing. Yes, I'm gonna play a video. I'm gonna play the recording from the therapist. I'm gonna play the recording. But you said, do you bring the conversation up with your daughter, or do you just let her bring her feelings? I let her bring my feelings to me. I let her talk to me. I let her talk to me. And when she comes to me and talk to me, it's like she'll say, mama, but I just don't understand. She'll just come out of the blue. I'll be just sitting down eating, or I'm studying, or I'm sitting at my desk studying, and she said, Mama, can I come talk to you? And I'm like, yeah, Jella, what's going on? What's on your mind? And she'll tell me what's on her mind, and I look at her and I say, baby, some answers you just never gonna some questions you never gonna get an answer to. I said, but just hang in there. It's gonna be all right. And this is what she says. She would say, man, I can't wait, she'll say, I just can't wait, Mama, till we're a family again. I can't wait until you get married again and we have a family, because a man is supposed to be in the house. This is not family. This is not how God intended it to be. This is coming out of my 10-year-old's mouth. And I told her, baby, it's gonna happen. That's that what I told her. I said, it's gonna happen. Is that what I told her? I said, it's gonna happen. Don't worry. But I think it's sad. I think it's sad. And it's crazy. My godfather and my dad out in Florida are present. How's Jayla doing? She doing okay? How you doing, baby? When she hears those voices and stuff, she hear it and she be like, oh my goodness. She, they love me. They don't even have to. The fact that she hears their voice and she's acknowledged, because one thing that I saw with Jayla that I was dealing with her in school, she was seeking validation. She was always needing validation. And I was like, Jayla, it's okay. You don't always need validation. But she needed it from her father. More so than me. Even though I said, Jayla, you did great, you did good. When she got on the phone with him, mind you, he has not been present for 10 years. He was only there for 2 months after she was born and was gone after that. And then when the times that I was like, okay, I said, okay, can you keep her while I go to work? I got to go out of town. He was drinking. I wasn't leaving my baby with him. I don't care what nobody say. Father, no father. I'm not leaving my baby with you and you drink. No. And you not functional. And he was sad and depressed and going because he had went through a bad situation in his past life. I'm like, okay, I get that. But I'm not leaving my baby with you. And I didn't. I don't care what nobody say. If that parent is unfit, is not capable, is not sane, no, I'm not leaving my child with you. You ain't in the right state of mind to even keep a child. My point I'm making, it's not okay that these men are not being held accountable and they're not showing responsibility. The state, listen, y'all don't hear me. The state said we're crediting him back. All he gonna owe you is $50. That's if he ever paid. That's what the caseworker told me at, let me see what time she told me this. She told me this at 9:15. And we had family therapy today. And my therapist said, Victoria, this is going to help a lot of people. She was like, I think you should talk about it. And I'm talking about it because it's crazy. It's crazy to me how these men are being and then held accountable. And then you got some, and I'm gonna also deal with it too. Y'all, I think it's sad how some of you women want to get something out of it. That child support, everybody keeps saying that money is for the child. That child is not in your, daddy, hear me. That child ain't in your house. That child is with me 24/7. So whatever I do with the money is whatever I do with it. But I ain't got that problem because guess what? I'm a responsible parent and I make sure Jayla is taken care of. It's sad. The reason why some of these young boys turning out the way they're turning out, they don't have a father figure. They don't have a father figure. The state told me, the state told me this. The state said, I'm sorry, with the money that you're owed, we have to get credited back to the state because he's now on disability. He ain't disabled. What? And so Jalen and I was watching my godfather, Dr. Keith Curry. We was watching him last night on Family Matters, and oh my goodness, me and Jalen was sitting there. We was crying because it's evident that the father must be present, and how can you have a home and a family and there ain't no order? It was just so much stuff that was said that just really like blew me away, So some of you be like, wow, I didn't know that, like I shared it with a group of friends of mine, and they said, oh my gosh, that's what's really going on in my life right now. So I'm gonna bring my dad on because he's here. Hey, Dad.
How are you?
Good. Now, that's my godfather, Dr. Keith K. Curry. His wife is Lady Keisha Curry out of Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Yes.
And from the Free, we call it the Free of North Carolina, but it's the Free Church Independent. It's the Free of Independence Church. I can't remember all the other stuff.
You'll get it. Free and Independent Apostolic Church.
But it's apostolic. He's all apostolic. But so Dad, Jalen and I'm still following your advice from last year when you told me to make sure I go get help and get counseling, get the professional help that I needed for Jalen.
Yep.
And we're still doing it.
Okay.
And we was in therapy today. And I'm gonna play this clip real quick. Not clip, but video recording. So you can hear what he has said on the fact that not having a father figure, or how he's listed as. But we have the therapist and the child psychologist that was in the conversation. But this is what was said.
Okay. Relationship problems. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to work with a deadbeat dad. Now, a deadbeat dad, the phrase deadbeat dad, kind of has two different connotations. The first, and the traditional connotation, is a dad who doesn't pay child support. And from that perspective, there isn't a whole lot in terms of psychological material that there is to work with. That's basically a legal issue. And there's a lot that you can do in terms of working through the legal system. There's laws and the ability to garnish his wages, various legal options that you would have to collect child support. The one thing you cannot do is you cannot base a visitation on whether or not he pays child support. The two of those are independent. But those are legal issues. The second feature of a deadbeat dad, and one that's more in the psychological realm, is what to do about fathers, and oftentimes it's fathers, who are inconsistent in their visitation with the children. They say they're going to visit the child, but then don't show up to be with the child, or they disappear for long periods of time and don't really have an involvement with the child. And many times the other parent, oftentimes the mother, feels the pain of their child who wants to have a relationship with the dad, and looks forward to these times when the dad says he's going to be over, and then becomes exceedingly disappointed when the father doesn't show up or when they are inconsistent. And the basic issue in that is you don't want to badmouth the other parent and alienate the child from a positive relationship with the other parent. At the same time, you don't want to deny the reality of what the other parent's behavior is doing to the child. Oftentimes, the parents, the mothers, will err on the side of being too supportive of the father. And they will say, well, your dad really does love you. And they will make excuses for the father's irresponsibility in parenting. And while this is to some degree understandable, and with minor differences, it can be helpful, when the father is absolutely irresponsible in working with the child, if the mother doesn't acknowledge the child's reality, the child becomes confused. The child doesn't feel loved by the father, but mom is saying he does. And that creates a sense of loneliness and alienation in the child, even more severe than would otherwise be there. So that's an interesting and difficult position for the mother or for this caregiving parent when the dad is irresponsible. The best thing we can do is offer the child a complex communication that acknowledges the child's hurt and frustration and sadness, but also acknowledges that that's just the way of things and that's who your dad is, and let's move on into the love that we have and the things that we can share together. It's a difficult process, and oftentimes it's helpful to seek some additional counseling. If you'd like more information on this or other child.
Okay. So, what you got, Dad? Cause it's kind of twofold. I know.
So I want to talk. Listen, I am right now in the middle. Well, not in the middle. Yesterday was my first edition of my new series at the church, Family Matters. And a lot of times we preach on everything in the church. We dance, we shout, we buck, and we preach on everything except for what's going on in houses. Mm-hmm. In houses with family. Yesterday was a very heavy teaching, very heavy. I did not take it easy on nobody. I didn't take it easy on the woman nor the male.
No, you didn't.
I didn't even take it easy on the children, because the fact of the matter is, everyone together consists of family. Everyone, the mother, the father, and the children. That is the unit. And it's up to the enemy employs things to destroy the unit, destroy the oneness. And I was talking about how our children are affected by either mothers or fathers not being in the picture. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things you have to understand, the only reason why now pastors are now being considered as spiritual fathers is because of the absence of the father. Mm-hmm. When I was growing up, my pastor was just my pastor.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't have spiritual fathers. We didn't know what that was when I was growing up. So when I began to start pastoring and ministering, God began to say there is a need for fathers in the house of God. And I said, well, I got 5 kids and I take care of all 5 of them. They're grown now. But because fathers are not in the picture like they should be, now the church has now taken the responsibility of raising our children instead of the father doing it. Now, let's talk about this deadbeat thing. Because I'm gonna be very honest with you. This is how I do. So, you pulled me on here.
I did, Daddy.
All right, so you know how I go.
I know.
A lot of times, the truth be told, women of God, y'all make this choice.
True.
Y'all chose this man.
Very true.
Now, we got to first look at that first. The option of choice. Now I'm gonna get with the men in a minute, but women got to understand you can't have a baby by yourself. Mm-hmm. And this is why it's important that we vet. The book of Philippians says to love intelligently, not love with all the sentimental gush, but love with your brain, love intelligently to know what you're getting into. You got to know what you're getting into. People put up such a crazy front. They make you feel like they're apostles and bishops and all the craziness and titles and they will say the right things because they're not living with you. You're just seeing them in passing and like you did, you uproot yourself and you move thinking this is the will of God. When the fact of the matter is, it was a major con, period. It's a major con game. We need to go back to what the Bible says about family. What does it say about the husbands? What does it say about the wives? One scripture says, and that really got on them, one scripture says that a man does not take care of his own is worse than an infidel.
Yes, sir.
And he, catch this, have left the faith, period. Not taking care of your children automatically makes you a sinner. I don't care what you think you are, pastor, bishop, pastor. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care how many colors you got on, no matter what. The Bible says you have left the faith when you don't take care of your children. You left the faith. Then you're going to find these same men who can't take care of their children go and remarry and take care of somebody else's child.
Oh,
I can't seem to understand that, how that happens.
hold on, Daddy. Pause real quick, because my brothers and sisters from the inbox is messaging me and saying this is not public. I was wondering why my numbers was low. Sorry, I'm coming, guys. Hold on. I thought I made it. Okay. Sorry, they fussing at me. Wait a minute. Your children don't play. Good gracious. All right. Okay, Dad's in here. All right. Okay, guys.
Now we're, oh yeah, there it goes. Now we're public.
Okay. It's public now, guys. All right. Okay. I just sent it in the group. All right. Okay. Sorry.
All right. And so there's so much to unpack when it comes down to family and to our children. Our children don't understand. They don't understand our issues. They don't until we bring them to them. And I think some of them sometimes is too young to understand our issues. And when they get old enough to understand it, then they'll understand. But until then, I believe it's up to that man and that woman to, if they can't be together and not be married, that they still have a good enough relationship to show those children that they are a united front for the children.
Right.
For the babies. Because babies, listen, when that man leaves, I said it last night, when that man leaves that house, that baby has lost, number one, that baby has lost his or her protection.
Protection. Yep. Don't feel protected. And that's what Jayla felt like in the course from the 5 years. Like that's what you was pissed off about. You know, I'm talking to my pop now. But you was talking about that you was pissed off because of Jayla. You was like, I know you, daughter, I know you're gonna be okay. You're good. But my concern is Jayla.
Absolutely.
That's the impact that I'm looking at. And
Right.
you know, Dad had a few choice words because it really hurt. You know, I could, you know, I'm banged up, I'm bruised up. My dad saw how I looked. I was on the phone with him. He saw it. And so to see how the impact was with Jayla was the part that I was like, okay, Dad, I heard you, but I didn't hear you. And then it was like, now I'm dealing with the repercussions of my decision. And that's what I was saying early on the live was that what I was saying was that I made a bad choice. I made a bad decision. I tried to abort Jayla. I tried to abort her because I told my mama, I was like, Mama, I got drunk. I shouldn't have slept with him, even though we had an off and on 10, off and on 5 year, 10-year relationship, whatever. I told my mama, I said, Mama, I shouldn't have never went down there. So I told my mama, I said, Mom, I'm pregnant, but I'm gonna get an abortion because he is going to be a horrible father to this child. My mother said, no, you're not. You're going to keep that baby and we're going to raise that baby. So that's how we're going to do that. And so pretty much like I've been raising Jayla, but again, you still want the father to be present. And he wasn't present in his other kids' lives. So that was another thing. I knew this. That's why I said it was a bad choice that I made. Like you say, our flesh would get to talking real good to us, and then we start doing all these stupid things, and then you can't blame the enemy. That was you. So I never blame the other enemy. I blame myself. But what my therapist was saying to me, you have to bring this in full reality for her and stop saying to her, okay, he loves her. He's absent.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Here's the balance.
How do you deal with that, Dad?
Here's the balance, though. You can't overuse either one of them. And I know you have a therapist, and that's great. But even though you want to give her what you think reality is, you still must be, whether you like it or not, balanced in talking about him. And I'm going to tell you why, because this is what God looks at. I'm going to tell you why. Because what if he all of a sudden resurfaces? And because you was not mature enough to give them a balanced look at their father, now they don't want to have anything to do with their father. The Bible says that's wrong.
Hold
Now,
on, Dad, but
whether we like it or not, daughter, the Bible is right. Whether
But
we
Dad,
like it or
I
not.
do though. But that's what I'm saying. I don't keep him away from her.
Okay, cool. No,
I don't do that.
okay, good. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I tagged you in it earlier, but I don't think you saw the tag. That's why I had
Right.
tagged you.
That's what I'm saying. We must make sure that we're balanced, even if we can't stand each other. We got to be balanced concerning the children, because that children is the one that's really hurting from this. They're the one that's really reeling from this one way or the other. I mean, we have to make sure that whatever we do, that we have their hearts, that we have their minds, that we have their spirit, their psyche. All right? Because a child, listen, a child that doesn't understand, that child, a child that does not have their full covering, their full protection, they'll try all kind of things. The enemy get in their heads. They will not want to be on this earth anymore.
Yeah, well, I experienced that. But Pop, this is what I'm saying. So even though I feel like I feel like I'm the one that's overdoing.
Okay.
And this is why I say this.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have to call the grandmother and say, "Hey, how y'all doing?
Right.
Y'all haven't called and checked on Jayla. Oh,
Right.
well, this is their response. Oh, we didn't want to bother y'all. You know, we just want her to, call us on her own." And I'm like,
Well, the interesting part about it is when you're dealing with two types of families. Now, when you're dealing with two families now like that, you got to understand the family dynamic. You know, his family dynamic. They may be that kind of a family. Like they may be the kind of family as if, like, if you want something, you call me. And that's a whole nother family dynamic. You're part of a family dynamic that says you belong to me, so I'm going to make sure you're okay.
absolutely.
Okay, that's your family dynamic. There's another family dynamic that says if you want something, call me because I'm not going to bother you. I'm just not going to do that.
And that's what she said today.
Right.
And I was like,
listen, that's been their dynamic. Period, point blank. That's how they are. So it's not that they putting up a front for you or against you. That's who they are. And so these are the kind of things when I said that we must make choices of what we're dealing with. We have to make those kind of choices. When my wife married me, or when we started dating, she understood my family dynamic. My family dynamic is very harsh. Now, very harsh. Now, I'm going to say this, and I hope everybody catch it. My wife changed me. Okay? Because my family dynamic was very harsh. I can walk in my house, not say nothing to anybody, and that's hello. In my family. My wife's family, before they go to bed, she wants to say good night to everybody. Good night, good night, good night. And I'm like, you better go to bed. I'm talking to y'all. Go to bed. And I was that way because my family dynamic was that way. So then my wife had to teach me, right, what my children will need from me.
Gotcha.
You understand?
The nurturing side. That's mom though.
And as she taught me that, I got the hang of it, and then I started giving them what they needed. It takes a special kind of woman, hear me now, to shift a man. It takes a special kind of woman to shift a man. You must be a special kind of woman to shift a man. The Bible says even your conversation, if a man goes awry and goes crazy, a chaste woman should be able to bring him back by her conversation, to win him back by conversation. And then it says, not by the Bible.
Right?
That's
the other conversation there.
I'm just telling you, this is what the Bible said. I said it last night. You should be able to, as a woman, win him back to Christ and to family or to good sense. Because he may never come back to what you want. You might not even want him no more.
Okay.
We're talking about bringing him back to good sense.
Okay, Dad. So let me just give you a brief recap.
Yep.
2010.
Yep.
When I got pregnant May Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
July, once I came to my senses that I was pregnant, I was
Yep.
like, okay, let me reach out, let them know I'm pregnant. Boom.
Yep.
First 2 months. So he's like, okay, you 2 months going on 3 months. Why you just now calling me telling me you're not pregnant? I just found out myself. Well,
Right.
it ain't mine. Cool. No problem.
Right.
3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, the mom calls and say, hey, Victoria, you know, I love you. I want you to be a part. You know, we love you. We always loved you. Da, da, da. Hopefully you and him can work it out. Okay. I'm in Raleigh. Boom. The daddy says, hey, let's see if we can try to work this relationship out together because I don't want you to be carrying the baby and all that. Cool.
Right.
We move in together. We're going to church together because I was going to Pastor Hinton's church at the time.
Right.
And so I was going to Pastor Hinton, and Pastor Hinton told me because I felt like, because I walked away from the church, I was, thrown away, casted away. He said, no.
Right.
Pastor Hinton brought me back in, and then I started going through a whole lot of pregnancy changes.
Right.
Okay. The dad's still there. Mind you, he's still there. And I said, hey, if you're going to be here, you need to go to work. I'm not going to be taking care of no man. That I'm not going to be doing.
Absolutely.
He did go get a job up there in Raleigh, in Cary. He got the job. Soon as he got a job, he started getting his paycheck. Won't try to get no money. We're not doing it. Let's get this money together. I will come go get your check so that this baby can be taken care of.
Right.
Right? January 2011, boom. Found out he was cheating on me. Once I had the baby, boom, we broke up. Okay. So now here we are, 2011. All that time, he's feeling like, oh, you don't want me in your life no more. No, it's not about me being in my life. It's about you now being present in your child's life.
Mhm.
So being that, these was his words, being that he did not want to be a father, he still wanted to be with me. That's been the issue still now to this day. You still want to be with me. I don't want to be with you.
Right.
The conversation now should change to where we're talking about the child.
Right.
Not us being a family. And then now I'm saying this publicly because I have nothing to hide. I'm straight. The now girlfriend inboxed me and says, and I thought we was cool, but then she turned around and said, he wants to come move with you and be with you. He keep throwing this in my face that he gonna go back be with his baby mama in Texas. Wait, hold up. So let's fix it. Let me fix it. Let me show you screenshots. Let me show you this conversation. It's about your child. It's not about us. There's no us.
Mhm.
No matter how many times I said it. Even your mother is saying, I don't know what's wrong with him. We didn't raise him like this. Da, 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 da. So now I'm saying, listen, you got us stuff for Christmas. Cool. What are you planning on doing for a birthday? I don't have no plans for a birthday. Okay. If your plans is coming to Texas, you need to move into something else. Find out what you're going to do as far as hotel stay, lodging.
Mhm.
I got to figure that out. So when I start saying that and detouring that, it's still like, okay, the child, Jayla, is not the focus. And you have a lot of mothers that are out here that's saying, listen, just take care of your responsibility. Just call. Just text. Jayla got in trouble at school. I reached out. Hey, right now, the father that was here ain't no longer here. This your opportunity to step up and be a father consistently. You ain't got to call her every day, but text her every now and then. Call her every now and then. That's that's my stance. But I never kept him away. I've always been the person reaching out to the family. So what do you say to that, Dad?
You got to be careful, number one, when somebody says, I didn't raise them like that. A lot of times when they say I didn't raise them like that, is a lot of times they let them get away with too much. So they did raise them like that. And that's the bottom line. They raised them like that. Blessings, Prophet Perry. They did raise them like that. All right. Again, maturity. Let me say what I said last night and see if you will catch it. The person that's stepping out on faith with the relationship is not the man, it's the woman. And I said that last night.
And then when you said that, I threw the phone.
When it talks about relationship, the man is not jumping out. It's not the man. It's always the woman. It's always the woman that jump. Because I'm gonna say this, and I try to teach my men, the women have the most to lose.
Right.
The men does not have the most to lose. The women have the most to lose. That's why women have to be super duper 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 intelligent and discerning. Super duper duper intelligent and discerning. Because let me say this and be very clear. You're learning by experience, but folks that you're trying to reach will die trying to learn what you've already learned. This is what I need to tell you. Okay, you're learning by experience, and you have survived it by experience. But the women that are listening to you, that God is going to give you the power to influence, don't have the strength that you have. So what you have to do, and I need you to hear me, what you have to do is you have to turn this thing around, and you have to turn all your experiences. Here it is. You got to turn all, I feel Holy Ghost. Let me stop. You got to turn all your experiences into a help. Let me help you. Let me help you. I survived it. You will not. There are things that I survived in my life, daughter, that people will not survive. So therefore, I teach from a level of how to. I'm going to say this to you, and I hope you love me after I say this. I'm going to say this to you. You're too hurt. It's still fresh on you, sweetheart. I see it every time you open your mouth and talk about this. Every time you speak on this, the pain comes out of you. I need you. And I don't care if you got to come to Jacksonville, spend some time with me. I don't care what you got to do. I need you to get a hold of this, all of this, because you can be the very best output to help young ladies in this area. Number one, you can teach them the wisdom of choice. The wisdom of choice. Remember, if you look at the woman that dealt with the virtuous woman, right? The woman that dealt with the virtuous woman. If you read that text, she used two different names, but in the history of that text, that woman that's talking is Bathsheba, and she's talking to Solomon. She's talking to her son. And she's telling her son, hear me, she's telling her son, if you ever get married, don't marry anyone like I used to be.
Right.
I got your father one way, but don't let nobody get you another way.
Right.
When you use your platform, and I've been waiting to talk to you for a while, and you're going to call me on this thing. When you use your platform, you have the scars to prove that you're right. You have the pain to prove that you're right. What you don't have yet now is you don't have the healing so that you can heal someone else, so that you can help somebody else. The choice. Okay, I made a bad choice. Okay, this is my choice. I made a bad choice. Okay, I made my bed. I have to lie in it. But there is glory after this. There is going to be an amazing thing after this, because the fact of the matter is we have enough people. We have enough people teaching this from the point of you don't need nobody, you don't need no father, you don't need no husband, blah, 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 kick all men to the curb, blah, blah. Every man ain't who you met.
Right.
And I'm not saying that you're doing that, but I'm talking to the people that are listening. Every man ain't who you met, and to men, every woman ain't who you met either. So we as the body of Christ, we have to be transparent. Hear me, sweetheart, but don't be naked. Transparency is, this is what I've been through. Let me help you come out of it. Nakedness is details. And you hear people say all the time that the devil is in the details. If people know the details about you, they're going to always hold you to the details. I need you to pull into transparency. And transparency, it says, see what I've been through, watch this, and help me, let me help you live through what looks like what I got through. Let me help you. Let me help you live through. You have the platform, sweetheart, and people are watching you. I watch you. People are watching you. You have the power, the influence to change the generation of relationships. Hear me. Sometimes the ones with the worst relationships could train the best relationships. You understand? The ones with the worst relationships, the ones that has the scars to prove it. You are now the thing that God is using, right? This to help others who cannot help themselves. You can help others because you survived it. Many have committed suicide in what you survived. Many have left the faith behind what you survived. Many has lost many things by what I want to have women. Hear me, women of God. I want to have a bunch of women that will say, okay, I've been through it. I'm going to survive it. And now I'm about to flip the script on the devil and every deadbeat in this world. I'm about to flip the script. How do I know that sometimes your pain is still there? Sweetheart, your tone tells me that you're hurting. Your tone tells me that you're still hurting. All right. And I've already told you, you can come spend time with me and Mom as long as you want. I've already told you that. And I've been waiting on you to do it because I really want to get you privately so that we can really work with you because I believe you have it. Hear your Father. You have it. You have what it takes. You have what it takes. Now the content and the context must shift so that everything behind you, glory be to God, everything behind you start healing. And then you'll find out when your tone change, your baby gonna start healing. Because let me tell you something. The reason why your baby is still hurt because she know you still hurt. Let me be clear. The reason why she's still hurt because she know mama is still hurt. She know mama is still hurt. Babe, our children know what's going on with us. And their pain is they can't do nothing about it. Their pain is they can't help. And a young lady says, my daughter is nonchalant when she comes to the conversation. And the reason why her daughter is nonchalant when she comes to the conversation, because she's never heard a balanced conversation.
Right.
When kids don't hear a balanced conversation, they say, I don't care, whatever. Your father's coming. Oh, well, he came last time. He came the time before. Whatever.
And it's like, Dad, I have tried to
Yep.
have a balanced conversation with
Yep.
him. And
Yep.
I've had it. And I was like, okay, we put this behind us.
Right.
Be present with Jayla. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for no money. I'm asking you to be present with Jayla.
Yep. You know,
then when I say that is, okay, so
see, let me share this with you, and I hope somebody catch it. They don't want to be present. They want your presentation. See, he's still a kid. He wants your sex, not his. He don't want a father.
So I blocked him.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, because that's what he's after, and he's betting like men do. Men can't stand me now, daughter. Because I'm getting on them bad. He is betting like most men do that after a while, by and by, you are going to fall into him again. That's why he puts the pressure on you. That's why he puts the pressure on you. And so you have to be more than a woman now. You have to be more than a woman. You're a prophetess in your own right. You're a woman of God, right? In your own right. But you got to be more than a woman now. You have to be, okay, because you built this platform. See, you built this platform. And I love your platform because people are watching. You built this platform. You built this platform. Now you must help people. You must help women that you have influence over.
But Dad, I had talked to, like you told me in May, and you've been talking to me. You told me, you said, daughter, outside of the spiritual, you need to go get the professional help.
You do.
And so that's what I have been doing. I feel like I'm getting better. That's
Yep.
why when I'm
No,
honest,
no,
when
no. I promise you, you're way better than you was last year. Not because last year I wanted to come to Texas sometime and wring your neck after what I see on Facebook last year. You're better than you was on last year. You better, but we got a little more work to do.
I get
No,
that.
we're gonna polish you up. I promise you. I promise you, because you're necessary. You're necessary.
Just like I told you before, I felt like what I went through, even in my marriage, and you were so against it. And I
Yeah.
was
Tell them. Say it again. Say it again, daughter. I want you to say it again on your platform. I was what?
you was against it.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted, I just wanted people to hear that your daddy, your spiritual father, told you no.
Yeah. And I
Okay?
got mad and I didn't talk to Dad. I didn't talk to him.
Shut me down. Didn't talk to your papa. Right?
But I did come see you when you came to Houston.
But catch a real father. When you're hurt the most, who's the first person you called?
I called you.
And did I answer?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm a real father. And I love you with all my heart. Period.
But the only thing I did not like, Dad, was when I came.
Mhm.
You didn't have no word.
Oh.
And we didn't go out to eat. Like we had planned to go out to eat. And you text me and said, we're going somewhere else to eat. I'll catch you next time when I get to Texas.
Yeah.
You was vague.
Very.
And I felt neglected.
No. You can't feel neglected because sometimes a father must let a daughter, watch this, ride out her choice. It ain't for a father all the way to be speaking. Come on, miss. Don't even try it. Sometimes a father, and which is sometimes the hardest thing for a father to do, especially a father like me, because I got 2 cents to say about everything and about everything my spiritual sons and daughters do. I hold myself back a lot from a lot of things.
You don't say nothing, but that particular time, I wanted you to say something.
Yeah, I know. I know you wanted me to say something, but it wasn't for me to say something. See, I can't be emotional with you. I can't. I have to always be balanced because when you need me the most.
You was only emotional that day I called you and you saw how beat up I was.
I know. But when you need me the most, then I must be ready. When you need me the most. But a lot of times what we don't like to do, hear me, is we don't like as fathers, which I'm learning to do now, is to allow some things to play out. Because you as sons and daughters must know that your choices have a consequence. And if I keep stopping you, hear me, from the consequence of your choices, you'll get out of one choice and make another bad one.
Mm.
And as much as I want to pull you out of every fire, I can't, because the fact of the matter is, baby, you ain't gonna get burned. You're just gonna learn. You're not gonna get burned. You're just gonna learn. So now, right? So now, the next man, they're in trouble. The reason why they're in trouble, once I get you fully healed, is your discernment's gonna kick in. Now Victoria knows what she deserves. Now Victoria knows what she wants in her house and in her life. Now Victoria knows what type of man she wants in her children's life. You're different now than you were then. You're different now than you were then. And this is going to really bless you. Your ladder shall be greater than your past. You got greatness ahead of you. And so there's a lot of things that's going to happen in your life. There's a lot of things happening in your life right now that you ain't told me about. The Holy Ghost showed it to me. And one thing the Holy Ghost said to me, can I say this out loud? Because I'm just talking and I don't want to just say stuff. Am I okay?
Dad, you being okay?
Okay, no, because I don't want to get into this thing, and then I don't want to be that kind of dad. There are some people that are reaching out to you that's trying to, watch this, trying to finance off your pain. At this very moment, you're thinking about it. Do not do it until you're fully healthy. Your pain is not to bring purchase. Your pain is not for anybody's purchase. And I want you to hear me as your father, as your leader, as one who loves you. You are fresh into this. You're fresh out of this. You're fresh. The book that you wrote, that's fine. That's well and true, and that's good. But I need my daughter healed. I'm sick of it. I need my daughter healed. I need you totally 1000% healed up. Because I'm telling you, you don't know your future, but I took a peek of it. Took a little peek at what God is looking at doing with you. And it's going to be amazing. You ever see one of those doctors or people on TV, and they're talking about the worst thing in their life, but you see the smile on their faces, and you talking about how they talking about it like that? They went through all that hell and they talk about it because they allowed themselves to heal from it, so they can help someone else. You can't help another person with their situation while you're crying over yours.
Mm.
You can't, because both of y'all crying. You both need help. Both gonna need help. You both gonna be helped. And this is not taking the man off the hook. But what if the man never does right?
That was the next part that I was gonna ask.
What if the man never does right?
I feel like I'm still gonna be left with Jayla being. I just feel like I'm gonna still be left with.
Let me tell you this.
The mama. Why?
Let me tell you this. You'll never be left with anything, because as Jayla gets older, you'll be able to have a better conversation with her. And once she hits, how old is she now?
10. She just turned 10.
Once she gets in her teenage age, you start to really see, she's going to have a conversation. You'll be able to have a real conversation with her, and that's going to pass. She's going to feel it, but she's going to be okay. Now, what are we doing? Me and you, me and mom. What are we doing?
Mm.
All right, what are we doing, and how are we going to get better? And you're going to be able to do that. But let me say this. Don't ever think because this man is not doing these want that you're left out of anything. Don't ever feel that way, because you are made in the image of God from the side of a man. All right, which means you have the same powers. All right, you have the same ability. You have the same anointing. You have the same structure. You just happen to be a man with a womb, but you have the same powers. All right. So let me go back to this real quickly. When you get into the relationship, a woman has more to lose than a man. Right? A woman has more to lose because she jumps in. And when she jumps in, she has to have a baby. All right. And then I'm just dealing with all things that women deal with. You have a baby. You have a baby, you get a little heavy. Right? Then after you had that baby, you're trying to get a little small again because you want to make sure this is right. That's right. You want to be snatched up. You want to be all that stuff. You want to get all that stuff. Y'all have so much to lose because here it is. And I hope somebody write this down. You have so much to lose because you have so much that you must give. Okay. And women are a giver by birth. Here it is. Men are takers. Men don't give nothing. We don't. We're not givers. We're not givers by birth. We are takers. We are takers. Even when in sex, y'all are givers. Y'all are givers, and number two, you're receivers. Okay.
I just feel like I was.
Watch this. So even when you have sexual intercourse, it becomes more than natural. It becomes spiritual because you're taking seed, which means you're taking spirit. And now you have to ask yourself, are you delivered from the spirit that's in you? Are you delivered from the spirit that is in you by seed? Yeah, it's natural, but it's also spiritual. It's also spiritual. And you men, we don't get that spirit because we give the spirit. We don't get it. So we're able, and I hope for that we're able, watch this, to knock it and run.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But I feel like the investment is the woman is the investment. They are the investor.
The women are investment to a man who knows how to invest.
You know what, Dad? I can't.
A woman is an investment. My dad is here. The last thing God made was his best invention, and that's woman. Hell has no fear, like a woman scorned. Hurt women resemble a form of hell, and healed women resemble heaven. Be made whole. That's my dad, Dr. Todd Hall, talking to you.
Mhm.
Women are an investment to those who know how to invest. And we, as women, you got to stop. Watch this. You got to stop linking up with bad investments.
Right. That's what I wrote down. I was going to talk about investment. I said I made a bad investment, and that was the decision I made. It's kind of like the stock market. And
Yeah.
I was watching my stock 4 days ago, and it said minus 238. I said, "Dude, what the devil?"
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I feel like it has been a horrible, to me. I feel that my whole entire experience, Dad, my whole thing. God bless you, Dr. Ty Hall. He spoke into my life 2016, and I ain't even gonna talk about that, but it's free. But I just feel like it's like this is what I told God last night, even after the Family Matters series.
Right.
I feel like there has been some form of exchange. And I look at my life financially like a stock exchange. That's how I see my life. I see numbers when it comes to me.
Right.
But my question is to you, Dad, when we make the investment, where's the exchange?
All right. Here's what you got to understand. Right. Here, because Shirley Jones says something about cutting your losses and all that good stuff. Keep throwing good money after bad. That's good and that's well. But one thing you also got to understand about stock, especially if it's good stock, you have to also sometimes allow stock to recover.
That's what you're talking about, the healing part.
So you great investment, but you have not hit the recovery stage.
Okay.
So right now, and I'm not saying it against you, but people that have not recovered are now considered bad investments.
Okay.
Yeah. Bad investment.
That's how I understand. That's how I understand
Right.
things.
You was a great investment. No. When that thing hit that ground, when that stock fall, when that stock fall, but you believe in that stock, you allow that stock to recover. And then that Dow goes back up.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
Right? But if you don't allow it to recover, okay, it'll be a bad investment.
Oh.
It'll be a bad investment. All right. And so a lot of us, catch this, a lot of us are buying into hurt people. And you don't want anybody to buy into you at your hurt stage. Because if you're hurt, catch this. If people finance your hurt, you'll never get better. Let me tell you why. If people start financing you because you put your pain on social media and your pain on platform, and they start sowing into that pain, you'll never get better, because in your head you'll start saying pain pays. You'll start saying pain pays. So if they start financing and sowing into you because of your pain, then you'll never recover, because you'll get paid for pain. And that's not good. What they should be sowing into is recovery and good information about going from pain to power. That's what they should be invested into, my daughter. That's what they should be invested into.
Gotcha.
They should be invested into information that make you better, No book is written, and no good book is written without a last chapter. And the last chapter should always be the chapter of victory.
Absolutely.
God, I don't care how many
Well, I
chapters.
can release my book in a couple of months now.
Come on. That last chapter, if that last chapter don't end in victory, I ain't buying the book. Because I'm not paying for you. I'm not paying to read your pain. I can read it, but I need you to flip the page. I need you to turn the chapter.
Right.
I need to know that where you are doesn't have to be where I stay. You understand?
Yes.
I need to know that your pain has a purpose. I need to know that your pain has power. I need to know that I won't die in what you was painful in. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. No, you called me on here. Now, no matter what, I was minding my business, resting, watching TV. You inboxed me.
So answer this question. How can
Yes.
someone sleep with someone knowing he or she does not take care of their responsibility?
Because most people that do that, sweetheart, they're not after. Let me tell you something about people. When they find out a man don't take care of his responsibility, they lay with him. Know why? Because some women said, I don't care. Since you don't take care of your responsibility, that means we're not going to have anything together anyways, just a lay. Don't be so caught up when you're seeing people with all these, look like they're in relationships. They're really not in relationships. They're really not. They're just getting what they need for the moment. That's all they're getting. And see, and the reason why you think that way, catch this, is because you're not one to think about getting what I need for the moment. You're the one that's thinking about what life looks like and who can I share life with. You have a different mindset. Most women on here has a different mindset. Because they're talking about life, not just sex. See, we're talking about life. I'm going to find the scripture I'm looking for because I want to read it to everyone. Because I want to read it to everybody because I want people to catch this and read this. And just a shameless plug, if you want to hear of my sermon last night, my teaching on family affair, go to Free and Independent Apostolic Church Incorporated page and watch the video from last night. Already went viral. Matter of fact, went viral while we were on during service. And I need you, especially if you're a woman of God, man of God, that wants to talk about family, because God has given me a word for family that's going to be this whole month. Go watch it because it is going to bless you. It is going to bless you. So I want to deal with this here.
Dad, do you have PayPal? Can somebody put Dad's PayPal link in there?
Somebody put my Cash App up. I think they did it already. $ Keith K. Curry. Because people out here want to sow, and that's great. Because I like people that sow into information. My father always says this, that when you sow into good information, you're telling the person that's talking that you trust their words.
Absolutely.
And also when you sow into that information, catch this, whatever you sow into become manifested and revelatory in your life.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because when I sow into it, then God calls that area of my life to grow because of my seed. So if I'm having issues in my situation,
someone said that they don't have Cash App. They were trying to see if they could sell
PayPal.
PayPal.
PayPal is Apostle. Is it? What is it, girl? I don't even know.
Well, I'm there inboxing me. Well, some of the members of No Longer Are Mute are inboxing me, but I'm trying to think the PayPal that I have, is it the same one?
ApostleKCurry@gmail.com.
There you go.
There. ApostleKCurry@gmail.com.
Oh, can you fix that, Phyllis? You got
Apostle K. Curry. Is that my? Wait a minute. Fix that, baby. Let me see something really quick, because I don't. Sometimes I don't even know my own email. Y'all pray for me.
My sister messaged me. Can I send this? Yes, you can send that amount.
Wait. Let me see this. Let me see this. Let me see. Let me look at it again.
Hold on, y'all, real quick. We just trying to get this together.
ApostleKCurry@gmail.com.
Okay.
ApostleKCurry@gmail.com. And bless all of you that are sowing. But I want to read something to all of y'all, and I want y'all to really catch it, because it's going to bless you when it talks about love, which we like to talk about all the time. All right. Philippians chapter 1, and this is going to be in the Message Bible. And then you can ask me whatever else, and they can ask me, and we can go ahead, because I didn't know that this was going to turn into this.
I didn't know it was gonna turn into this. There, we got about 40 more minutes
Right.
before I go pick up the kids.
All right. Well, I didn't know this was going to turn into this, but we'll go with it.
We'll try to resume it. No worries.
All right. Right. Philippians chapter 1, verse 9. In the Message Bible. So this is my prayer, that your love would flourish. All right, in the Message Bible. This is my prayer, that your love will flourish, and that you will not only love much, but love well. Hold it now. Don't just love much, but I want you to love well. I want you to love well. Learn to love appropriately. And that's the problem. That our love or our lust is inappropriate. And so, because while we get connected is inappropriate, once we create something, which is a family, the family is inappropriate. Because I connected with something that I did not really want to stay with.
Jeez.
I connected to something that was just a hookup, and now I planted seed in the hookup, and now I got a hang up. I planted seed in the hookup, and now I got a hang up. And now I got a responsibility that I did not come here for. That's why we're talking about the appropriate love. Love would be appropriate with your love. Watch this. You need to use your head and test your feelings. Use your head and test your feelings. My body likes you, but my mind don't. My body likes you, but my spirit don't. Right? And so we too busy, all of us, listening to our body, that we disregard our discernment, we disregard our mindset, and we even disregard good sense. Watch this. So that your love is sincere and intelligent, which simply means vet them. It's got to be like a business, girl. You're a business. Victoria, you're a business. You understand? Eileen, you're a business. Odetta, you're a business. Shelly, you're a business. Deborah, you're a business. Now let me say this, and let me say this and be clear. This is why women have to be more than wives. Oh God. A woman has to be a wife and a business partner. Because if your wife and the business partner, watch this, when he's tired of the wife, he got to hang on to the business partner. See? Build it together. And when you build it together, more than likely you stay together. This is intelligence talking. You must vet him. You must vet her. You are a business. Your name is the head of a business. Who you with next is a contract negotiation. And whatever kids you have, there are legacy or there are expansion to your business or extension to your business. That's what your children are. Your children are legacy. Your children are extension to the business. Here it is. Watch this. You must love. Your love must be sincere and intelligent. Here it is. Not sentimental gush. Not sentimental gush. Like I gotta have you. Not go take a shower, a cold shower. It says not sentimental gush. Live a lover's life. Circumspect and exemplary. A life Jesus will be proud of. Bountiful and fruits from the soul, making Jesus Christ attractive to all, getting everyone involved in the glory and the praise of God. So my relationship should give God praise and make others want to give God praise. And every time we get into a relationship and it falls, it's a business that went bankrupt. The Curry House, this is a business. Me and my wife, we are business partners as well as husband and wife. We can't afford to go bankrupt. Glory to God. We can't afford to fail. We can't afford to fall because it's going to kill the business. And some of us want a man instead of wanting a man and business partner. If I write the vision, I need you to be woman enough to run with it. Okay, let me get out. You got to go in a few minutes. If I write the vision, I need you to be woman enough to run with the vision I write. And if you wrote the vision and I as a man see that, catch this, see that your portion of the vision is exploding and exploring, then I have even that much inference to stay with you. Because walking away from you is a bankrupted business. And the reason why men walk away a lot, because they don't have nothing to lose. And the woman's home with everything to lose. That's why they walk away. That's why they walk away. They have nothing to lose. You're on mute. They have nothing to lose.
Yeah, I'm on mute right now while you talking there. I have no longer on mute. Y'all need to listen.
They have nothing to lose. And when a man has nothing to lose, then he has no reason to stay. Somebody better write that down. When a man has nothing to lose, he has no reason to stay. When a man has nothing to lose, he has no reason to stay. This is Family Matters, baby. This is Family Matters. The hurt must be healed. The hurt must be healed. The hurt must be healed. And when we get the hurt healed, we're going to then start a generation of healed women and men. A generation of appropriate marriages, because I said last night that the marriage that originated in the past is no longer here. And we must go now back to the origin of what marriage is. Because what we saw marriage to be is no longer is.
Somebody can get mad at you for saying that, Daddy, because I said that and I got put out the church in Dallas.
Well, they can put you out all you want, but I'm telling you right now, when I was growing up, we didn't hear divorce. When I was growing up, we didn't hear divorce. I seen marriages when I was growing up. I seen marriages survive all kind of things when I was growing up. Now, we can't survive nothing in our marriages now. It makes me think you should have never been together.
And then I had a lady say to me, "Oh yeah, he hit you, so what?" When she said that, she said, "Oh yeah, he hit you, so what?" She said, "You was not supposed to divorce him. No. You were supposed to wait and stay in that marriage till he divorced you." And no. I looked at, and she said, "And I'm a prophet, and I'm rebuking you." And I said back to that prophet, "I'm rebuking you because I will not stay in that type of foolishness." Here's what the Bible says, and I read it last night: a man doesn't hit himself, so he should never hit his wife. That's Bible. Period. We ain't even gonna talk about that because we already know what that is. We already know man does not hit himself, so therefore he should not hit his wife. A man should love his wife like he loves himself. Okay, and if he can hit you, then he was never his wife. He was always his home girl. And I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm going
You was never his wife. You was his homegirl. Right? And most men that hit women, I got a secret life anyway. But I'll leave that alone too. I'll leave that alone too, because no real man will touch a woman, even if the woman hit him. I'm gonna leave that alone, even if the woman hit him. A real man won't even deal with it. Won't even touch it. Won't even touch it. Won't even touch it. And so when you get with folks that don't know how to love themselves, folks that were never anything, if you check these men, check their backgrounds, check these women backgrounds before you connect with them, you'll find out that they
Yes,
never
and
had
do a
love.
whole nationwide background. Don't just do one state, because these jokers know how to move state to state.
You know what I found out in ministry? As much as I love people, some folks can't stand me. You know why? Because they don't know how to accept real love.
No.
So Victoria, you could be giving the best love to a man and he still throw it in your face because he never, ever, ever, ever had it before. He never had it before.
Hold on, Dan. Wait a minute. Rewind. Now let's press play. Said
Okay.
what now?
You can give a man the best love
Mm-hmm.
and he still throws it in your face
Mm-hmm.
because he's never had that love before. And when I've never had it before, what do I do with it? Besides be defensive because it's new. A man that's never loved, and then you're going to come and you're going to give them the love that they deserve, 9 times out of 10, they don't know how to handle that. Vice versa. Get a woman that's been beat and she meets a real man, right? And the man showers over everything, but she disrespects that man because she used to being disrespected. So she can't receive because she's still thinking about the beatings. So now she puts the old man head on the body of the new man. And I come against that spirit with every woman on this line, that you will not put your failure's head on the body of someone who's going to succeed in your life. That you don't do that. But heal first. Heal first. See who Victoria Washington is.
I'm hooked now, Dan.
Oh, excuse me, Hooks. I'm sorry. See who Victoria Hooks. I see your email. See who Victoria Hooks is. Because you do understand that when a woman gets married, now hear this. When a woman gets married, she takes on the name of the husband. She becomes what he likes or what she think he likes. Here's the problem with leaving one and going straight to another. You'll go to another trying to give the other one what the last one wanted. You got to find out. Yeah, because you was busy being what your husband wanted. So now you divorce him and somebody else come into the picture quickly. Now you're giving this new man the old man's pleasure. Now he doesn't want that. So Victoria Hooks must spend time to find out who she is before she ever reconnects to something else that's going to cause her to be something else. To be something else. You must be in tune with you, your qualities, what you're good with, what you're good about, what you do well. What you do well. And then God will. Okay, let me give you scripture. And I'm not going to go too far because I got to preach on this soon. Ruth. Her husband dies. She does not go and find another man. She goes to work.
Mm-hmm.
Orpah, who name becomes Herephah,
Right.
she leaves marriage
Right.
to be a prostitute.
Yeah, she was just out there.
Right.
Oprah said, I'm out.
Right. So she didn't want to wait.
She didn't. Oprah was gone.
Right. Oprah was gone.
Oprah was out of there.
I'm going to do my thing. But Ruth said, I'll wait.
Yeah, she did.
And I'm going to work. And Boaz saw someone in their own element doing their own thing. And he was attracted, here it is, to the work. He was attracted to the work just to find out she was the finest woman in the city.
Yeah, I did see.
Just to find out she was the finest woman in the city. And so we have to, as women, you have to really, especially when you come out of a relationship, you must find you again. Find what makes you good, what makes you tick, find what makes you great, what makes you make money, what makes you successful. Because when you become successful like you should be, then you will marry or you'll deal with someone who can add to you, watch this, not who can take care of you. Who can add to you, here it is. Because if I marry for somebody taking care of me, if they leave, I'm done. But if I marry someone who can add to me, then our business, our corporation together will be great. But if he ever walks away, I still have the ability to take care of me and mine and not even be upset about it, not even be mad about it. So I know we have to go because you have to go. I want to say thank you for asking me to come on. And then you got my father come on. That's not, that don't happen a lot. That don't happen a lot. You got my father to come on, and he's going to talk to me later.
I love Dr. Taha. He's an amazing man. He is.
Talk to me later. But I love you. Know that I love you with all my heart. Know that I know that success is going to be your portion. I absolutely know it without a shadow of a doubt. That success will be your portion. I just don't want your money to be mad money. That's all. I don't want you to have mad money. We don't want to have mad money in our bank. We want to have overcomers money. That's what I prophesy to you.
How Reed just inboxed me and said why he had to tear this live up like this. Well, okay. I mean,
I love all of y'all. I want to thank you again for allowing me time with you. And come visit. Doors open. Doors open. Come spend some time with your pop.
Yes, sir.
So we can really sit down and talk. All right?
Yes, sir.
I love all you.
Love you too. See, he done came up here. That's what Dad do. He just come up here and just tear up my whole life. Just tear it up, y'all. I pray you guys enjoyed this. I'm really blown away because I didn't expect it to go the way that it has went. But I thank God anyhow for what he continues to do. And so this was a rich word. I have nothing else to say. I just pray that you all have sown and you guys have really received this. It was impromptu. It was not planned at all. And he's the greatest godfather ever. And he took me up underneath his wing when I was in my early 20s. And I, like most people do, steal away because he was too hard. He was New Yorkish, very New Yorkish, very hard. And Pastor Hint was New Yorkish too. So I ran away from the New Yorkers. But praise God, we still keep our relationship and keep our connection. So if you guys haven't had the chance to sow, you have the opportunity to do so. You can do it at $Keep K Curry, Cash App, or you can do it via PayPal. And that is Apostle K Curry at gmail.com. It should be below on a pin because I pinned it below. I got to go and tend to my babies because I hear them and I have to get going because I have after school and do other things that I need to do for the rest of my day. You guys be blessed. I love you all. God bless you all. And I see you. Today's Thursday, so I will see you next week because we will deal with the other shows next week. All right? Be blessed. Bye-bye.